Just before sunset in the nation's biggest property market, would-be buyers gather.
Fantastic street, great location, phenomenal.
After a slow start, this two-bedroom home goes under the hammer for almost $2.5 million. The owner, Rosemary Walker, is thrilled. The 85-year-old bought it for $35,000 in 1978.
I really thought, this is, I'm going to faint, But fortunately, I did have my medicine.
With prices rebounding, real estate agents are keen to talk up the market.
Stock is so tight that anything comes up, and if it's a good property in a good area like this, it goes incredibly.
Across the nation, house prices rose by 1.2% in May, but they're still down 6.8% for the year. The latest gains were led by Sydney, up 1.8%. Home values in Brisbane and Perth also climbed more than 1%, followed by smaller increases for Melbourne, Adelaide, Hobart, the regions, Canberra and Darwin.
We think it is largely the demand from returning overseas migration and basically a boost to net overseas migration. Met with that higher demand, we've not seen very high volumes of supply.
CoreLogic's Eliza Owen says rising rents, which jumped almost 1%, are another factor.
This might be prompting some renters to instead buy if they can afford it, as well as investors potentially looking back to the market as rental income and yields rise as well.
Now we're on the market, make no mistakes about it, if there is no further bidding.
In Adelaide, investors are swooping in, which is taking an emotional toll on buyers looking for a home.
Any higher bid anywhere in the crowd? 780 a half.
From lows to highs, there's celebrations as this house sells for $785,000.
Downturn's definitely over. Market's going up.
Real estate agent Hamish Mill says his main buyers are people coming from overseas.
75,000 people are going to come into Adelaide over the next 2 years. It's 30,000 houses. There's not many at the moment. Yeah.
On behalf of Williams Real Estate.
The bidder who snapped up the deceased estate was this man's cousin calling in from New York.
So she plans to do a full renovation, so gut the whole inside, renovate, and then she'll retain it and rent it out.
While rising house prices are bad news for those trying to get a foot on the property ladder, they are also bad news for the Reserve Bank. Increasing home values make owners feel wealthier, which might mean they spend more, fueling inflation, and that could lead to even higher interest rates. In Brisbane, cashed-up buyers are ready to spend.
Enjoying a nice bright Saturday here in Brisbane. We appreciate your company as well.
Bids for this family home climb
And back on top at 2.
and climb.
4-5 against 50. Good bid.
It sells for more than $2.1 million to an interstate investor.
We are sold 2,128.
There are properties that are coming on that are fully renovated, but there's only a couple of them. The ones that are sort of suffering a little bit more are the ones that do need the work, just because of all of the prices of building and renovations at the moment.
Here, buyers are returning to the market with expectations rates might have almost peaked.
I think we know roughly now where it's going to end up. So based on that, we're starting to see a few more buyers pop up. They're out in force and they're ready to go.
A housing market heating up with not enough properties to go around.